Hello friends. Today I am going to teach the lesson, how do bees make honey? Friends, I am using concepts like mind map, image-based recognitions, logical sequencing of events, to make sure that students will get an overall understanding in few minutes. Later you are encouraged to read from the textbook. Let us start from beginning. Worker bees extracts the nectar from flowers. Bees deposits the nectar into beehive. This is a long process and this happens for about a month. Once the beehive is fully loaded with honey, honey is extracted from beehive, from human beings. This is how we get honey from bees. This honey is very useful to human beings. Honey is used as food. We use honey as a spread on bread. We use honey in honey cake. We use honey in fruit salad. Honey is also used as medicine in Ayurveda method of medicine. For example, some people use honey to soothe the throat for minor irritations of throat. Honey along with warm water is used for weight loss processes. Honey bees start the honey-making process by visiting flowers and collecting nectar. While inside the bee's stomach for about half an hour, the nectar mixes with the proteins and enzymes produced by the bees. The bees then drop the honey into the honeycombs. After some days, when the beehive is fully loaded, we can start extracting the honey from beehive. So extracted honey is used as food and medicine. The emptied beehive is used as wax, which can be used to seal gaps. Field bees collect nectar in the field. House bees keep the beehive clean. House bees build new combs to store honey. The queen bee lays eggs and she maintains the population of the hive. Honeycomb has hexagonal cells made of wax produced by the bees. Now I am reading the lesson line by line. I have also given a crude translation to Kannada. It is good if you go through them for better understanding. Honey is the oldest sweet used by people. It is a natural sugar made by bees. It contains sugar, proteins, iron, and calcium. We can digest honey very easily. It calms a cough and soothes a sore throat. It is also known for its ability to kill bacteria. Let us now learn about making honey. Honey making is not very simple. Honey bees start the honey making process by visiting flowers and collecting nectar. They gather nectar in the spring when most flowers and plants are in bloom. They use their long, tube-like tongues to suck the nectar out of the flowers. They store the nectar in their stomachs, honey sacs, and carry it to the beehive. While inside the bee's stomach for about half an hour, the nectar mixes with the proteins and enzymes produced by the bees. The nectar is thus converted into honey. The bees then drop the honey into the honeycombs, hexagonal cells made of wax produced by the bees. The bees repeat the process until the combs are full. To prepare for long-term storage, the bees fan their wings to evaporate and thicken the honey. Note: nectar has 80% water and honey has only about 14 to 18% water. When this is done, the bees cap the honeycomb with wax and move on to the next empty comb. So, in a nutshell, the honey we eat is nectar that honey bees have collected, regurgitated, and dehydrated to enhance its nutritional properties. To prepare for long-term storage, the bees fan their wings to evaporate and thicken the honey. Note: nectar has 80% water and honey has only about 14 to 18% water. When this is done, the bees cap the honeycomb with wax and move on to the next empty comb. So, in a nutshell, the honey we eat is nectar that honey bees have collected, regurgitated, and dehydrated to enhance its nutritional properties. Honey bees are divided as house bees and field bees. The house bees keep the houses clean and well ventilated. They build new combs to store honey. Field bees are older bees. They go away from the house. Their job is to search for nectar. Honey bees do not live long. At the time of honey gathering season they work very hard. As a result, a honeybee does not live longer than a month. Around 2,000 bees die every day in a honey-making hive. The queen bee lays eggs and she maintains the population of the hive.